There's no outcome
Kate
here.
Cox has become the face of the abortion fight in America. The married mom of two denied an emergency abortion by the Texas Supreme Court this week, despite her doctor saying her fetus had little chance of survival and carrying it to term posed risks to her health and future fertility. Cox's lawyers say she fled the state to end her pregnancy.
Getting on the plane in the middle of a medical emergency, let alone an obstetrical emergency, is a human rights violation in and of itself.
The court, comprised of 9 conservative justices, says doctors must use their reasonable medical judgment to decide if a woman's life or health are at risk, the only exceptions to the Texas abortion ban. If doctors are found to have broken the law, they face up to life in prison. In a separate case, the Texas Supreme Court is weighing whether the state's emergency abortion exemption needs a revision to clarify who qualifies. It's just one of dozens of lawsuits filed across the U.S. challenging abortion restrictions since Roe was overturned. The Supreme Courts of New Mexico, Arizona, and Wyoming are all hearing pivotal cases this week. Justices in New Mexico are weighing whether to strike down local abortion restrictions by conservative cities and counties that run counter to the state's liberal laws, which allow for abortions up until birth. Arizona's top court is being asked to decide between 2 dueling abortion laws, a recent one allowing for abortions up to 15 weeks and an 1864 near total ban on the procedure. While in Wyoming, justices are weighing whether anti-abortionists should be allowed to intervene in a case that could decide if abortion is protected under the state's constitution, which says people have a right to make their own health care decisions.
I thought it was correct that those decisions were returned to the state. It never seemed logical to me that the Supreme Court would be the place where that would be generated. The states make the decision, and you know what? If people in the state don't like the decisions, they can then correct that problem at the state level.
But the U.S. Supreme Court isn't entirely out of the picture. On Wednesday, it said it would take up a case that could sharply curtail the availability of the commonly used abortion pill mifepristone, even in states where the procedure is protected. Reproductive rights, now the latest front line in America's raging culture wars. Toni Waterman, CGTN, Austin, Texas.